Good morning, good morning. How's it going over there? Happy Tuesday. We are going to be teaching a yoga beginners class this morning, and I hope that you are all ready. Hello. I am Ruba and I am a Yoga 200 certified instructor here in Napa Valley, but at the expense of your home. And the weather's a lot nicer today. I can actually see the mountains. And today we're going to do a beginner's class. I said online to grab a long hand towel, so this will work. And then also if you have like a dog leash, a belt, a strap, anything that's kind of long, this will do. So hopefully you have that already by your side. If you don't have that, maybe take a couple of moments to go fetch that, and then we're gonna get started. For beginners, I want to tell you a little bit about the hip rotation. You're either tucked under or your hips roll forward, where you're sticking your butt out, your spine is super curved, and then your head, you kind of hang back, your chin comes up. It's normal. So maybe placing one hand in front of your stomach, one hand behind your back, and then finding that upward rotation where your hips are facing up, and then you stack your torso on top of your hips. What I do is I like to have like some kind of support of a pillow, a folded up blanket, a towel. These things will help, or a book. And I like to come to the edge of it, just where my hips feel supported, that they stop rolling. And then I draw my belly button back toward my spine. I lift my torso. My chin is parallel to the earth so that my neck becomes nice and long. And then through the crown of my head, I am being pulled up toward the sky, relaxing the shoulders. I like to fold my legs. Sometimes I stack one leg on top of the other. Sometimes I leave them out in front. And then I'm going to place my hands on my knees or thighs for grounding. I'm going to palms facing down, and then up for receiving. With this, inhale through your nose into your low belly, and then exhale the belly back towards your spine. We'll take that 2 more rounds. Inhale through your nose into your low belly, and exhale your belly back towards your spine. Inhale through your nose into your low belly, expand all corners, and then exhale your belly button back towards your spine. On your following inhale, we're going to rise the breath into your ribs. So inhale through your nose, into your low belly, up the ribs, and then exhale ribs, belly towards spine. Keep your torso lifted, relax the shoulders. Inhale through your nose, into your low belly, up the ribs, exhale ribs, exhale belly. Last time, inhale through your nose, fill up the belly, the ribs, and then exhale the ribs and the belly. And let's go ahead and take an inhale through our nose, into the belly, up the ribs and chest. Exhale chest, ribs, and then belly. Again, 2 more times. Inhale through your nose, into your belly, up the ribs and chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, and then belly. Take that last time. Inhale through your nose into your low belly, up the lower ribs and into the chest. Exhale the chest, the ribs, and then the belly. We're going to take that a few more rounds. Continue to inhale through your nose into your low belly, up the ribs and chest, and at the very top we're going to hold. Take a sip of air and exhale with a sigh. Let it go. Close your mouth. Inhale through your nose into your belly, the ribs, the chest. Hold. Take another sip of air and last time. Inhale through your nose, belly, ribs, chest. Pause. Sip of air and go ahead and continue to take your 3-part breathing throughout the remaining of your practice. Let's go ahead and draw our eyes to that space in between your eyebrows, our eye chakra, chakra of clarity. As we move in this journey of moving on our mat, let's go ahead and put away the to-do list for now. Just this. Any worries of bills or that phone call you've been meaning to make, go ahead and put that to the side. We're gonna be on the mat, just this. This present moment of integrating, moving the body, the breath, and simply being present, looking at our flesh when we're in the poses, looking at by feeling how we're feeling when we're moving around. With that, let's go ahead and float our hands to our heart center as we bow our chin to our chest, with the intention of this practice to follow our breath and be ever so present. In gratitude, releasing your hands back down to your knees. Go ahead and blink, softly open your eyes, gazing at the floor, beginning to open up a little bit more, simply looking around. With that being said, go ahead and inhale your arms all the way around and up. Go ahead and interlace your fingers. Draw your biceps by your ears, almost as if they're covering them. You can't really hear me, but you can. Go ahead and lean over to the left side. Open your right shoulder up toward the sky slightly. Inhale back through center. And then go ahead and exhale over to the right side. Open your chest, your shoulder up toward the sky just slightly. Inhale back through center. Bring your hands forward as if you're pointing. Bring your index and thumbs out. Go ahead and pull your shoulders, your arms away from you. And then go ahead and relocate your arms by your sides, bringing them backwards. If you're having a curvature on the spine right now, go ahead and draw that belly button back towards your spine. Bring it in. Lift the torso. Relax the shoulders. Beautiful. Inhale your arms up. Back toward the sky, and then go ahead and open your arms as you press the world away from you with your palms, releasing your hands all the way down, very gentle movements. Go ahead and inhale your arms up to a T, palms facing forward. Go ahead and pull over to the left side. Release that palm down on the earth, your opposite hip, make sure it's grounded into the earth, and then circle your opposite arm over above you, fingers together, pointing and pulling up to the side, and then go ahead and open that opposite shoulder up toward the sky. Go ahead and look up at that middle finger, and then without dumping the weight of your shoulder, go ahead and press your bottom shoulder away from the earth, and lift your head, lift your gaze. Go ahead and circle it forward in front as your palms come back up to a T, palms facing forward. Go ahead and pull yourself all the way to the right. Release that right arm down on the earth, and then circle your right arm, or pardon, your left arm over above you, your opposite hip, make sure it's bolted onto the earth, and then go ahead and open your top shoulder up toward the sky, fingers together, gaze at that middle finger. On your bottom shoulder, don't dump the weight, go ahead and press that shoulder away from the earth, lift the torso. Take an inhale here through your nose, into your low belly, up the ribs, up the chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, and belly. And then go ahead and circle it forward, bring it back up, arms out to a T, palms facing forward. Go ahead and hug the world as your arms are parallel, meeting out in front of you, side by side. Palms meet one another. Go ahead and press your palms together, and then drawing them in to your heart center. Go ahead and slightly lifting your legs as you bring your right leg out. Your left leg is inside your thigh. Inhale your arms around and up. Go ahead and twist to the extended leg, and then this would be a great time to grab your strap or belt or dog leash, and then place it around the ball of your foot so that you can bring yourself forward. If you don't have that and you have this kind of a cool long towel, you can place it around your foot. And then what you want to do is you want to keep a long torso. You're lifting your torso up, bend at your elbows, toes are facing up toward the sky, and then hinge at your hips, coming forward and down toward the extended leg. Not to it, just toward it. If you are on the more flexible side, guys, just go ahead and grab maybe around your foot, your shin. You can grab your peace fingers and wrap them around your big mount toe. Either one is fine. Go ahead and inhale your torso up slightly. Exhale, hinge forward a little bit deeper. Keeping a flat back, draw that belly button back towards your spine. When you're following inhale, go ahead and rise, come up back to center, and then we're going to switch the legs. So go ahead and have your tool nearby. Inhale your arms up. Twist toward the extended leg. And then go ahead and exhale, coming forward and down. Grab your tool, wrap it around the ball of your foot. And then keeping a flat back, long torso, bend at the elbows, hinge at the hips. Come forward and down. On your following inhale, slightly rise your torso. And then go ahead and hinge forward and down a little bit deeper. On your following inhale, go ahead and rise yourself back up to center. Oof. And then go ahead and bring both of your legs out in front of you. Maybe removing the flesh from underneath your sit bones. Walking your heels away from you. Inhale your arms up. And then exhale, release your hands down by your sides. And then into spider fingers, go ahead and walk yourself forward as you allow your hips to come from underneath. And then again, you can grab your strap, your towel, place it around the balls of your feet. Hinge at your hips, bend your elbows coming forward. Lead with your heart toward the extended legs. You're not going to them, you're going toward them. If you're more advanced, guys, grab your peace fingers, wrap them around your big toes. Go ahead and pull yourself forward. Try to keep a flat back as much as you can. On your following inhale, go ahead and rise yourself back up to center. Maybe shake the legs out a little bit. And then go ahead and fold your legs. I'm going to come on my side so you can see. Remove anything from underneath your sit bones, if so. And then go ahead and tilt slightly back. This is going to be very difficult for a beginner if you don't have a lot of hip strength. So what you want to do is you want to maybe go on your tiptoes, or you can remain on the soles of your foot. Maybe feel out what it's like to lean back a little bit, maybe lift a leg up, support it through the bottom of your knee, point your toes, go ahead and tap it 1 to the earth, 2, one more time, and then 3. Go ahead and rise up to center. We'll take it onto the other side, so go ahead and exhale as you engage your belly, lean back, opposite leg, point your toes, come up 1, tap the earth 2, tap the earth 3, and then go ahead and bring both of your legs up as much as you can. If you're just on your toes, that's okay too. See if you can tap it up. And then go ahead and see if available to you, you can bring your arms out in front of you. And then go ahead and release your feet down. Everything comes forward, toes facing the sky. And then just go ahead and roll your back, yourself, your torso onto your extended legs. No real posture here, just really extending that spine. Drawing your chin toward your chest. Allowing the forehead to try to come and touch your extended legs. Arms are by your sides. And then go ahead and rise yourself back up. We're going to go ahead and go onto a child's pose. Let's meet. Turning around on your knees. Now, I don't know where you meet, guys, but a couple of things. If this hurts the top of your feet, you can put a pillow or a blanket underneath the tops of your feet. If you're okay with that, but your knees might hurt, maybe grab a blanket or a pillow you can place underneath your knees. Okay? If you need that plus or just this, you can place a blanket underneath, or not underneath, but behind, well yeah, underneath your thighs or behind your knees. You can go ahead and do that. That will support and take some of the strain from having to bend so much. It's gonna, lift you up a little bit versus like being super flat with yourself. Go ahead and open your knees up a little bit not too wide, not too narrow, and then allow your arms to slide forward as you draw your forehead to the earth, and then go ahead and just kind of go side to side, really seeing if you can kind of massage the back, the organs, everything just kind of moving here side to side in child's pose. This is a resting pose. You can come back to it at any time. I like this pose because it really stretches my shoulders, and then it also lengthens my spine. Anybody having cramps or low back pain, you can always come back to this pose as well for boys and girls. Go ahead and look up at your arms and spread your fingers wide. Go ahead and slide them towards you slightly. Come up to a tabletop. So here you want to have your shoulders below your shoulders above your wrists, and then you want your knees to be below your hips. So you're in a tabletop. Go ahead and draw that belly button back towards your spine. Press your shoulders away from the earth. And then go ahead and round back into a child's pose. Don't move your hands. Keep them right where they are. Go ahead and come up to a tabletop. Bend at your elbows. Hug them toward your ribs. Lead with your heart. Come forward and down for your chaturanga. Inhale as you swoop up. Looking forward, bring your heels together. And then go ahead and see if you can draw your shoulders back. Relax them, but draw them back. Elbows toward one another. Go ahead and exhale. Press yourself back to a child's pose. Relax your elbows, forehead onto the mat. When you're following, inhale, go ahead and rise yourself back to a tabletop. Go ahead and bend at your elbows, hug them toward your ribs, and then come forward and down toward your chin on the earth. And then inhale, swoop up for a baby cobra. Draw your shoulders back. You only come up as top of your belly button and your heels meet one another. You're looking forward. And then go ahead and exhale. Press yourself back to that child's pose. When you're following, inhale, go ahead and rise yourself back up to that tabletop. Go ahead and curl your toes under. Step your hands one step forward. And then go ahead and come up to a plank. Top of a plank. From here, bend your knees super deep as you press your torso toward your thighs. Look at your toes and go ahead and spread them nice and wide. Outer edges of your feet are parallel to the outer edges of the mat. Looking up at your hands, spread your fingers wide. Middle fingers facing forward. Go ahead and keep your forearms rotating inward, say toward midline or your nose. Your nose is right at midline. And then go ahead and roll just your shoulders out away from your nose. And then begin to lengthen through your legs, reaching your hips up toward the sky, pressing your torso toward your thighs, belly button back toward your spine, pressing your shoulders away from the earth, reaching your heels toward the earth, but if they come up a little bit, that's okay. Looking up at your hands, go ahead and press the index finger into the earth. Go ahead and look back down at your feet. Press your shoulders away from the earth. One more breath here, guys. Stick with it. All right, look up at your hands. Step your right foot forward. Release the back knee down.
Again, if you need some support under your knee, go ahead and put that in there now. Your right leg looks like a square. It's at a 90-degree angle. Bringing yourself up. Go ahead and release the top foot, the back top foot on the mat. And then your front foot is going to walk over to the outer edge of your mat. So you're slightly pigeon-toed as well. The outer edge of your foot is parallel to the outer edge of the mat. And then go ahead and bring your hands forward. And then see if you can relax your hips to come forward as well with you. You can remain right here, coming onto your palms. Or if available to you, opening the right leg over to the outside. You can come over a little bit deeper to your elbows. I know some people like to bring a block, so they're bringing the earth closer to them. Some people can reach the earth, either or. Go ahead and gaze at your thumbs. Wherever you are, gaze at your thumbs. Take an inhale and an exhale, and on your following inhale, go ahead and rise back up. Go ahead and extend the front leg, and then rise your little toes, your little piggies with you up toward the sky. They're trying to say hi to you. Go ahead and wiggle them out a little bit. Get some of those muscles moving. Go ahead and open your foot out, your front foot out away from the mat, away from the midline. And then go ahead and circle it in toward midline, in toward your nose. Go ahead and bend it up again. And then bring your hands in front of you, underneath your shoulders. Curl your back toes under. And then here, go ahead and walk that right foot back in a little bit so that it's in alignment with your hip. Your left hand is inside your body, as in it is parallel to the right foot, but underneath its own shoulder. And then go ahead and twist open the right arm up toward the sky, and then draw your right hip like down. And then go ahead and gaze at your thumb, fingers together. Kicking through the back left heel, engaging the thigh, lifting it off of the ground. And go ahead and circle it back down. And then step that right foot back, top of a plank. Release your knees onto the earth. Bend at your elbows, coming forward and down. Lead with your heart. Inhale, swoop up for cobra. Heels together, shoulders back. Rise to your belly button. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale up for tabletop. Curl your back toes under, top of a plank. Press your shoulders away from the earth. Look at your toes, spread your toes wide. Outer edges of your feet are parallel to the outer edges of the mat. And then go ahead and press your hips up and back for a downward facing dog. Roll your shoulders out, forearms in. Press your shoulders away from the earth, belly towards spine, chest toward your thighs, hips up toward the sky, heels toward the earth. Engage the thighs, bring your kneecaps up toward your hips. Go ahead and engage those kneecaps. And go ahead and look up at your hands, step your left foot forward. Release your right knee down. And then go ahead and walk that left foot over to the outside edge of the mat. Top of your back foot comes on the mat. And then come up onto bring your torso up. And then check that your front foot is at a 90-degree angle so that your ankle is below your knee. If it's not, go ahead and adjust it. Beautiful. Now go ahead and bring your hands forward. And then again, if you want to stay here, go ahead and do so. Shift your hips forward. Now your knee is going to shift with it, so go ahead and readjust your ankle to be below your knee. Very good. And then go ahead and, if available to you, come down onto your forearms. Wherever you are, go ahead and gaze at your thumbs. Three-part breathing. Inhale through your nose, into your low belly, up the ribs, up the chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, and belly. When you're following, inhale, go ahead and rise up. And then go ahead and shift your hips back as your front leg extends. And then your little toesies come up with you. Go ahead and wiggle them out. Giving them a nice little stretch. Go ahead and open your foot over, outside, away from midline. Bring it up through center and then into midline. Beautiful. And then go ahead and bring them back up. Go ahead and bend back at your front leg. Right arm is, or right hand is below the right shoulder. Your left foot is going to walk in so that it's in alignment with your hip. And right here, go ahead and twist your torso. Open your left arm up toward the sky, fingers together. Press your right shoulder away from the earth, your bottom shoulder. And then gaze at your thumb. Then go ahead and bring it back down. Plant your hands onto the earth. Curl your back toes under. Lift the knee up and step that front foot back. Go ahead and release both of your knees onto the earth. And then go ahead and come back to a child's pose. Go ahead and open your fingers, tips nice and wide. Look up at your hands. Come up and bend at your elbows forward and down. Super easy. And then tops of your feet come on the mat. Inhale, swoop up forward. And then exhale, press yourself back to a child's pose. We're going to take that one more time. Inhale up through tabletop, and then bend at your elbows, come forward and down. And then here, go ahead and actually come all the way down onto your belly. Go ahead and curl your toes under, lift your legs, and then release your legs back down. And then making so that your pelvic bone is in as much contact with the earth as possible. And go ahead and release the tops of your feet onto the mat, drawing your feet and heels together as much as possible. Go ahead and come onto your chin, looking forward, and then go ahead and interlace your fingers back behind you. If you cannot do this, what you can do is grab your towel, strap, or belt. Your dandy tool. Go ahead and grab that behind you. So you can either grab it here, grab it as close to each other as possible. You want to draw your elbows toward one another. And then go ahead and keeping your heels touching as much together as possible. Inhale, just your head up. Full inhale and exhale. Take another inhale. Lift your shoulders, lift a little bit of your chest up, away from the earth. Gazing forward, take another inhale. And then go ahead and With your following inhale, rise yourself up a little bit higher, lifting your arms behind you. If you are in a bind with just your hands, go ahead and rotate those shoulders away from the front. You're gonna roll them back and then lift your hands up a little bit up toward the sky, and then exhale, bring it down. Oof. We're gonna take that again. So with this time, what you want to do is, you probably are already there. I had to get up. I'm going to readjust my hips and my torso. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift my torso slightly and then release it back down so that the entire front side of my body is in contact with the earth. If you need to readjust your legs and hips, go ahead and do that so that your pelvic hip area is in as much contact with the earth as possible. Draw your feet together. Go ahead and interlace your fingers together behind you and roll your shoulders back, or grab your strap or towel and then again still roll your shoulders back, grabbing onto the towel. Go ahead and look up out in front of you. Inhale just your head. Get ready. With an exhale, go ahead and inhale, come up. Lift your torso as much as you can on this round. A little bit higher. Keep your feet and heels together. And then exhale, release it down, opposite cheek onto the mat. On your following inhale, go ahead and bring your hands by your shoulders. And then exhale as you press yourself back to that child's pose. Don't get too comfortable here. We're not going to hang here too long. Go ahead and come up to a tabletop. Curl your toes under. Bring it up to a top of the plank. And then exhale yourself up and back for that downward facing dog. Go ahead and extend the left leg, bend at the right knee. And then go ahead and extend at the right leg, bend at the left knee. Looking up at your hands, go ahead and step forward your feet one step, slow step at a time, until you come up to the top of your mat. Go ahead and grab two fists here if available to you, placing them roughly in between your feet to get that hip width distance. And then go ahead and find a huge bend at your knees, resting your torso onto your thighs as much as possible. And then go ahead and interlace your hands over above your head to create a little bit of weight. Maybe close your eyes here. Maybe shift slowly side to side like a very gentle hammock. They call this pose ragdoll, forward fold, uttanasana, forward bend. Now go ahead and lift your left toes under, release your full foot back down, kind of making that full contact again with the earth. Maybe lift your heel. We'll take it onto the right side. Lift the toes, release them back down. Lift the heel, release it back down. Now go ahead and relax your arms toward the earth. Shifting the weight of your body slightly onto the balls of your feet. Starting to feel like you're gonna fall forward. Shake out some nose with your head. Check out some yeses. Alright, go ahead and grab onto your shins. With your peace fingers, you can also grab onto your big toes. Extend the legs as much as possible. Maybe they don't extend all the way. And then go ahead and look out in front of you slightly. And then go ahead and exhale, bring it back down. Relax the crown of your head toward the earth. And your following inhale, bring your hands to your hips. Don't do this yet, but I'm going to tell you, we're going to be rolling ourselves up, vertebrae by vertebrae, up to standing. All right, go ahead and inhale, begin to roll very gently yourself up to standing position, keeping your chin tucked, allowing your head to be the last thing that will come up. Beautiful. Now go ahead and bring your hands to your heart center. I'm going to face you. Find something out in front of you that's not moving, a drishti point. Looking down at your feet, making sure that they're fully in contact with the earth, on your mat, off your mat. Now go ahead and shift the weight of your body over to your left leg. Bring your, your right leg. Bring your left foot inside your heel. Lift your torso, your chest. Begin to rise your left foot up into the shin. You can remain here or skip to your inner thigh, never on the leg joint, on the knee joint. That could really ruin it over time. You can remain right here. You can extend the branches of your tree. Inhale up, lift your torso, and then exhale, release it all down. Looking down at your feet, making full contact with the earth. We're going to take it onto the opposite leg. Draw your hands to your heart center. Opposite foot comes inside the heel. Find a drishti point that's not moving. Keeping your hips squared forward. Lift your torso. Bring that foot inside your calf. You can leave it where it was. If available to you, bringing that foot inside your thigh. Keeping your torso lifted, hips opened. You can open the branches of your tree. And then you can circle everything down ever so gently to the earth. Now go ahead and come to a yogic pose. So you want to open your legs wide as the mat, sinking your bum buns toward the earth, and then bringing your elbows inside your thighs, your knees, opening your legs, your knees out away from midline, pressing your palms together into a prayer pose. See if you can draw it into your heart center, lift your torso,
Draw your head up toward the sky while your pelvic bone gets pulled down toward the earth. Beautiful. And then on your exhale, go ahead and just release your gluteus maximus onto the earth, coming back to a boat pose. Here you can slightly tilt back, bringing your feet out in front of you. Hang here for a minute, not even a minute. Bringing your arms out by your sides. And go ahead and grab the backs of your knees and give yourself a few rounds, a few rolls, giving your spine a gentle massage. Last time. And then go ahead and extend your legs out, beginning to release yourself back down to the back of your mat. We're going to take a quick twist here. So open up your arms to a T. Bring your knees in toward your chest. Now, here's a great time to grab that strap. You can place it around both feet. Grab it with your left hand. And what I like to do is I like to kind of twist into it so that I have a good grip. I don't know if it makes a difference. Okay, so your knees are in toward your heart. Go ahead and extend your legs out. Right arm is extended out to a T. And you have two ways to go about this. You can either keep your knees bent and then roll onto the left side and then extend your legs out. Or just having them extended out and then ever so gently, as you exhale, maybe as you inhale, hold on, sorry guys. Yeah, I'm sorry. As you inhale, to control this, allow gravity to do the work as both of your legs come to the left side of your body. And then go ahead and peek over the right shoulder. Take a deep inhale here through your nose into your low belly, up the ribs and chest. And then exhale, close your eyes. Let it go. Any tension. Moving back to that space in between your eyebrows. Living in this moment. When you're following inhale, go ahead and help yourself coming up. And then switch the grip of the hands. Opening your left arm out to a T. And then ever so gently allowing your legs to fall onto the opposite side. Gazing over your left shoulder. Close your eyes, take an inhale through your nose. Into your low belly, up the ribs and chest. So exhale, chest, ribs, and belly. When you're following inhale, go ahead and bring yourself back up to midline, to center. Letting go of the strap. Giving yourself one last tight hug. And then gently releasing your legs
away from you. Palms by your sides, taking up space. Facing up toward the sky with your palms open. Close your eyes, relax the jaw, the muscles around your eyes. Letting go of the grip of the tongue. Relax the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists. Allowing your hips to melt into the earth. You're so gently relaxing the knees, the ankles. Allowing oxygen to travel through every corner of your being. And you're following, inhale, simply let go of the breath and just be. Beginning to bring awareness back into your being, wiggling out the fingertips, wiggling out the toes, stretching your arms over above you like that morning sunrise. Rolling onto your right side in the fetal pose. Taking this moment to thank yourself for showing up, giving your body the maintenance it requires of you. Keeping your eyes closed as much as possible, rolling yourself up to your most comfortable seated Sukhasana. Acknowledging the things that we've experienced, how our body feels from when we started. As you draw your hands together into your heart center, bowing your chin to your chest in gratitude. I want to thank you so much for letting me guide you through this practice of all beginners yoga. I invite you to join me next Tuesday live at 10 a.m. Pacific time on Instagram and Facebook Live. And I invite you to follow me, like me on Facebook. Soon I'll be beginning to upload more videos on YouTube. Stay tuned. Take your breath with you. Namaste. And you can blink softly, open your eyes. Good job. Yay. Happy Tuesday, you guys. I'm so happy you came. This All Beginners Yoga was a request by somebody in Texas. I don't want to say their name. I don't know if I'm allowed to yet. But thank you so much for the request. It was really nice to just kind of bring it back a little bit. And I hope it served you. Look, we can see the mountains. Yay. I'm so excited. You guys keep voting for me to be the next Maxim Cover Girl Australia. That would be super cool to win. Oh, I didn't show you guys. Hi, Stephanie. I appreciate you being online. Look, you can see the mountains. Isn't that cool? It's been so rough in the valley. Yay. All right, y'all. Vote for me to be America's Next Top Model. I'm thinking of Tyra Banks. I meant Australia's Cover Girl, Maxim Cover Girl. Woo! And I'll see you all soon. Can't wait. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go get some tacos.